now that you advertised for a vacancy and then you had applicants applying to it, you can now come up with a short list from the long list of applicants who applied to that particular vacancy. So when you go to human resource and recruitment, you can see the applicants who applied to a vacancy. If I try to filter out my vacancy, external vacancy, that was the name of the vacancy, I have a list of applicants who applied to that particular vacancy. Now it's time to shortlist on Aruti. To proceed with that, simply come to shortlist applicants, select shortlist applicants, and every time you are doing a new shortlisting process, you have to click on the new button right here. While on this screen, you can shortlist your applicants based on the criteria that you will select. First of all, you have to pick the vacancy type. Mine is external. The vacancy name was test vacancy. Just to point out, you cannot begin a shortlisting process before the vacancy closing date. So the system will not allow you to shortlist your applicant before the closing date of your vacancy. If your vacancy ended, for example, is 16th of May, you cannot shortlist on 15th of May. Only until 16th of May can you be able to shortlist your applicants. So assuming that I want candidates who have a degree, that is my only requirement, my only expectation of my candidates, then I'll have to select a degree program from my list. So you keep toggling until you have a degree. Remember, all qualification groups have been ranked. So until you have a degree course, yeah, there it is, right there. So once you pick degree, for example, all your degree programs will be listed on this list right here. Assuming that I don't want any specific degree, I just want any candidate who has a degree regardless of the field, then that's all I need to select as my criteria. So I just need to click on add to populate my criteria here before I apply the filter. So my criteria is bachelor's degree. That is all I'm asking of my candidates. So I'll click on add. So here it is, my criteria. So to obtain candidates who have met this requirement, you simply need to apply the filter right here. So once I click on apply filter, all my candidates, all the applicants who have a degree shall populate in this area right here where we have shortlist applicant. Okay, here we go. Apply filter. I have 4 candidates out of 6, and the system gives you a count at the top, 4 out of 6. So out of the 6 candidates who applied, only 4 of them meet my shortlisting criteria. So that is how you do shortlisting. Assuming that maybe you have a combination of criteria that you are expecting of your candidates. So let me just take you through the same. Click on new. Maybe, for example, assuming that you want candidates who have a degree and they should be female, or rather they should be male. So you want candidates who have a degree, but then again they should be male and they must be fresh graduates. For example, graduated not earlier than 2017, for example. So I'll pick vacancy type, external, then the vacancy name, test vacancy. Then I'll say that they should be having at least a degree. So I'll pick my degree right there. Then I say that they should be of a male gender. Then they should have graduated not earlier than 2017. So award year, I'll have to pick 2017, and not earlier, I would have to say it should be either 2017 or beyond 27 or after 2017. So that will be greater or equal. I know we are familiar with these conditions. So either it should be 2017 greater or equal to 2017. That means I can only have fresh graduates on my list. They should be of a male gender. They must be having a degree. You can also say that they should be aged 18 and above. So you can say 18 and above. So greater or equal. So you pick a condition. Greater or equal to 18. There you go. Then you add your filter right here. So it's a combined filter with different criteria. Then you apply the filter. So individuals who meet all the requirements you have included in your filter will populate on the shortlist. So apply the filter. So none meets my criteria. So 0 out of 6. So that is how you do the shortlisting process. So I want you to note one thing, that for candidates who did not select the items that we had on the drop-down menu on the web. Remember, when applicants are applying for job position on the web, they will select items from the drop-down list. But we have candidates who did not find maybe their courses, qualification courses on the list, so they opted to punch in manually. So during shortlisting, to find such like candidates, then you have to check this other option that says other qualification. Those who are not able to find their qualifications on our drop down. Remember, we cannot exhaust the entire list of academic programs that we have. There will be a new program, a new course tomorrow, so we can't populate the entire list. So for those candidates who don't find their academic programs in the list, they choose to punch in manually. So now we want to look at how to shortlist such like candidates, or rather how to include such candidates on our shortlist. Okay, so the moment you click on new to begin a new shortlisting process, make sure that you check this box for candidates who are not lucky enough to find the academic programs on our drop-down list on the website. So for example, I'll have to pick my vacancy type, external. My vacancy name was test vacancy. Assuming that now in this case you have now to start reading your applicants. What did they type in? Did they say maybe they have a degree? So you have to read your applicants. Okay, so what could they have punched in? Maybe something like degree, maybe something like bachelor's, and then the qualification name. For example, the qualification name, maybe on your drop down list you have computer science. Okay, but what they did was not computer science. They did maybe something like computer science in mathematics. That's a different course altogether. So you try to read them so that you can find them on the list as well. So you can say that assuming that you want candidates who have computer science, so you'll have to type in all the possible names that the applicant might have included during the application. Some could have maybe done CS, some could have written something like comp sci. So you try to exhaust all those possible scenarios. You try to read your applicant actually. So in so doing, you can add the filter and then apply the filter. So all those candidates would also populate on this particular shortlist right here. Once you're done with your list, you can then save and export. So that is simply how you shortlist on Aruti. Thank you.